Okay, so it looks like, let me draw it first. 4, we have x, we have our right angle, and we have the square root of 101. So this one opposite of our right angle, remember, is our C, is our hypotenuse. So we know A, we're trying to find B. So A squared is 4. We square that plus B squared, which is x squared, equals C squared, which is the square root of 101. Is this looking familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, no questions? So then we square 4, which is 16. We leave x squared, and that equals, remember, if we take the square root and square it, those just cancel one another out. Then we need to solve for x, so we subtract 16 from both sides. X squared equals, I think that is 85. We take the square root of both sides, and x equals the square root of 85. Okay, number 2 is still Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so Jasmine, can you tell me where I should put A, B, and C?
C is 4.
Okay.
A is x, and B is what I say, radical 14.
Yeah, you can say radical 14 times square root of 14.
Okay.
Good.
So,
Yeah, and A and B don't matter. The one that really matters is that C is labeled correctly. Good. And then Jade, can you tell me how to set up the equation?
I think it's x plus the
X
square
squared, right?
x squared plus the square root of 14 squared
Good.
equals 4 squared.
Good. Okay, so then we just simplify. Again, those cancel out. That equals 16. We solve for x. So x equals the square root of 2. Okay, Jasmine, you want to do number 3? And then Jade, you want to do number 4? It's the same thing.
okay.
And then let me know in the chat when you guys are ready, when you're done.
We both finished.
Okay, perfect. All right, Jasmine, what was your equation for number 3?
X squared plus 2 squared equals radical 14 squared.
Excellent. And then what'd you get for the next step?
X squared plus 4 equals 14.
Good. And then what did you do?
Subtract 4 on both sides. And then I get x squared equals radical 10.
X squared equals 10, and then you take the square root. Yep. So x equals, very good. Okay, Jade, what about for number 4?
I got 8 squared plus x squared
Good.
equals 13 squared.
Perfect. Then what?
Then I got 64 plus x squared equals 169. And then I subtracted it from both sides, and then I got 105.
Good.
And then what do I do after? I forgot.
You take the square root of both sides. Then you get x, which equals the square root of 105. All right, so you guys are good with Pythagorean theorem. Now let's do the converse. So remember, we use the converse to determine if a triangle is a right triangle, acute, or obtuse triangle. So if a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we know it's a right triangle. If a squared plus b squared is greater than c squared, it's an acute. If a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, it is an obtuse. All right, so 5. We have 5 squared plus 5 squared. Does that equal the square root of 29 squared? So just make sure when you put C that that's the biggest side, because it doesn't give us a right angle, because it may or may not be a right angle. So we just know that the square root of 29 is bigger than 5. So that's why that's our C. So 5 squared is 25 plus 25. Does that equal 29? We get 50 equals 29, which in that case, 50 is greater than 29. So when that's the case, it is an acute, because a squared plus b squared is larger than c squared. Okay, let's look at number 6. So let's see, the square root of 58, that's the largest side, because that would be 7, between 7 and 8. So we do 7 squared plus 3 squared equals the square root of 58 squared. Then we just simplify. 49 plus 9, does that equal 58? Yes, it does. So then we know that this is a right triangle because a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, Jade, you want to do number 7, and Jasmine, go ahead and do number 8. So mellow without the boys here, huh? And quiet.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to all of them today.
Rick had a doctor's appointment, but I don't know. Jaden just told me to tell you that.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah.
We're missing Elijah and Jose too.
Elijah's testing.
Oh, okay. Are you ready, Jade, for number 7?
I need like one more minute.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm kind of confused.
Okay, no problem. So what did you do first? And then we'll help you out wherever you got stuck.
Okay, so it's 11 squared. Wait, 11 squared.
Okay, so that's probably your problem because it looks like 11 is our hypotenuse.
Oh, okay. I see.
Because the square root of 26, that's pretty close to the square root of 25, which would be about 5 kilometers. And then the square root of 92, that's a little less than the square root of 100. So we know that's 9 point something, which means that 11 is our longest side, which makes it our hypotenuse.
Would it be an obtuse angle?
I don't know. What did you get?
Okay, I did 26 squared
Uh-huh.
plus 92 squared, and then equals 112. I mean 11 squared, sorry.
Yeah. And then you get 26 plus 92 equal 121, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got 118 and then 121.
Which is less than 121, which means it's an obtuse.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, and then Jasmine, what about number 8?
Alright, since all of them had the square root thing, it would just be. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Then it would just be 2 plus 11 equals 13.
Oh, okay. So you're skipping the squaring. Good. That's fine. So 2 plus 11 equals 13.
And then 13 equals 13, so it's a right triangle.
Excellent. Yeah, it's kind of nice when they're all square roots like that, huh? All right, go ahead and submit that. And then we'll go back and we'll do part 2.
Wait, what was number 3?
Number 3 is the square root of 10.
Okay.
So we'll do the unit 6 review. And then what I'm going to do is, because Jade, we're going to do iReady testing. So you'll get excused for a day on Wednesday. And then Jasmine, you're excused for 2 days because of CASP testing. So I'll just excuse the unit 7. And then that way, everyone else that's testing, I'll excuse the unit 7 reviews from Wednesday and Thursday. And then we can do the unit 8 review part 1 if we want. I have the paper copies. And then you guys will be done for the week.
4.
Okay, so now this is getting into our special right triangles. So 30, 60, 90 first. So remember that the side opposite of the 30-degree angle is x. The side opposite of the 60-degree angle is x times the square root of 3. And the side opposite of the 90-degree angle is 2x. So the first thing we do is label the sides. So with x, 2x, and x times the square root of 3, and then we can determine x, and then we can use that to find the other missing sides. So, oh, this is number 9. So we have, here's our 60, our 90, which makes this our 30. So we have 4, we have A, and we have B. So we need to label our sides. So the side opposite of our 30-degree angle, according to the notes, is x. The side opposite of our 60-degree angle is x times the square root of 3. And the side opposite of our 90-degree angle is 2x. So since this side is x, and this side they gave us is 4, we know that x is equal to 4. So now we just need to plug in 4. So B would be 4 times the square root of 3, and A would be 2 times 4, which makes it 8. So A is 8, B is 4 times the square root of 3. So that would be A. Any questions on number 9? Okay. So we have the side across from our 30, which is this one, which is x. The side opposite of our 60-degree angle, which is x times the square root of 3. And then opposite of the 90-degree angle is 2x. So the side that they gave us is the 8, and we know that that side is 2x. So 2x equals 8, which means that x is 4 again. So then our x side, we have to plug in 4. So that would be 4 times the square root of 3. And then the y side is just x, which means this side would just be 4. So y equals 4, x equals 4 times the square root of 3. So it looks like that's A. Any questions? Okay, Jasmine, you want to do number 3? Jade, go ahead and do number 4. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Jasmine, go ahead. What did you?
Okay, so since 6 is across from the 90-degree angle, it's 2x,
Mhm,
and then A is x to the square root of 3,
mhm.
and then B is x.
Good.
And then since 6 is 2x, you would do 6 divided by 2, which
Yep.
is 3.
Right.
So x equals 3, which means that B is 3. And then A is 3 to the square root of 3.
Very
So
good.
it'll be C.
And that makes me excellent, Jasmine.
I was doing my problem and then I seen you doing it and I was like, whoa, I'm doing this wrong.
Are you sure? Probably not. Let's see.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so
So first, okay, so we have our hypotenuse. So what is our hypotenuse?
x.
Okay, and then in terms of our ratios, the side opposite of our 90-degree angle is
3.
it's the 2x. So we just label the sides with those ratios first. And then the side opposite of our 30-degree angle.
Y.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, x. Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
So we're just going based off this. So the side opposite of the 30-degree angle is always x. And then the side opposite of our 60-degree angle is always x times the square root of 3. And then the side opposite of the 90-degree angle is always 2x. So that's why for this one, it's opposite of our 90-degree angle, it's always 2x. And then this side that's opposite of the 30-degree angle is always x. And this side opposite of our 60-degree angle is x times the square root of 3.
Oh my, I'm so.
So then the side that they gave us was this. It's just the square root of 3, which means x. Well, what can we multiply that by? and still get this. So that would just be 1, right? 1 would be, it's there even though it's not written. So that means x equals 1, the number in front of the square root. Which now we can use that to find this side because this side is 2x. So 2 times x, well, x is 1. So x equals 2. And then side y is just x, which is 1. Or sorry, so this should be y. Oops, that's from that problem. This one's y. So y equals 1, and then x equals 2. So that would be C. Okay, so then 5 through 8 are our other special right triangle, which is the 45, 45, 90. So the sides opposite of the 45-degree angles, there's 2 of them. Those sides are always x. So we have our 45-degree angle here, which means this side is x. And then we have a 45-degree angle here, which means this side is x. And then the side opposite of the 90-degree angle is x times the square root of 2. So the hypotenuse is always x times the square root of 2. And then we're going to do the same steps as before. Okay, so according to our notes, the 2 sides opposite of the 45-degree angle, so we have this one would be x, and then we have another 45-degree angle, which means this side's x, and then the side opposite of our 90-degree angle is x times the square root of 2. So that was step 1, to label the sides. Then we need to determine x using whatever they gave us. So the side that they gave us was 7, which that side's just x. So we know then that x equals 7, which means this side is x, which means y is also 7. And then over here, side x, we have to plug in 7 for x. So 7 times the square root of 2. So x equals 7 times the square root of 2, and y equals 7. Any questions on 13? Okay, so our 2 sides opposite of the 45s. So we have opposite of 45 here is x, opposite of 45 is here is also x. And then opposite of our 90-degree angle is x times the square root of 2. Okay, Jade, are you okay? Do you see how we're labeling the sides to start out with?
Yeah, but it's a little confusing.
Okay. So let's see if I can. So we're literally just labeling, to begin with, we're kind of just ignoring the information that they gave us. So ignore that. And then you're just labeling the sides opposite of the 45-degree angles x. So they gave us this 45-degree angle, which means this side is x. And then this is also a 45-degree angle, so this side is X. So do you understand why I labeled those X?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the side opposite of the 90-degree angle is X times the square root of 2. So our hypotenuse right here is X times the square root of 2. And then now we're going to pay attention to what they gave us. So this side is just side N. They didn't give us any information. This side is just M. They didn't give us any information. The only side they gave us was this side, which is 10. Well, according to our ratios for this special right triangle, since it's across from the 45-degree angle, this side is just X. So that means that X equals 10. And then according to our ratios here for N, this side is just X, which we said X is equal to 10. So N is also equal to 10. And then for M, well, this side is X times the square root of 2. Well, we said X is 10. So M would equal X, which is 10 times the square root of 2. So M is 10 times the square root of 2 and N is 10. Okay, and then for 15, okay, so let me do this one with you, Jay, just to make sure. So this side, 8, is across from a 45-degree angle. So what am I going to label this side as?
X.
Yep. And then we have our other side that's opposite of our 45-degree angle, which is going to be X. Yep. And then the side opposite of our 90-degree angle.
X 2 squared or 2.
Radical 2 or the square root of 2. Yep. Okay, good. So which side did they give us?
They give you the 8.
Yep.
Or
Which means what?
it's the I forgot what it's called.
Which just means this side is X, right? And this side they gave us was 8. So that means
it'd be X equals 8.
X equals 8. And then we said this side is just X. So what does that mean Y is going to be?
X.
Y is X, which X was 8. So that means Y is 8. And then what about this side?
It'd be 8. And then squared. It's 2 squared. Yeah.
And the square root of 2. Good. You got it. So Y is 8 and X is 8 times the square root of 2. That's A. Okay. And then the last one. Can you guys hear my husband talking on the phone?
Yeah.
He's such a pain. He's literally outside of our house. Like our office is right in the front of our house, and he's just pacing back and forth in front of the windows. But he's outside. He's just that loud. Okay, Jasmine, you want to tell me the sides?
Okay. Okay, since 6 is across from 90, it'll be x radical 2.
Good.
And then x is x and y is x.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, the last one, of course, has to be hard. This is 6. So x times the square root of 2 equals 6.
And then x equals 6. Oh, wait. No, did I do it wrong? I think I did it wrong.
Got what we have to multiply. So the easiest way is 6 is the square root of 36, right?
Yeah.
So what would we need to multiply the square root of 2 by to get the square root of 36?
Okay, that just confused me even further. Hold on.
So let's see. So we need to know the square root of something times the square root of 2 equals 6, which we can rewrite as the square root of 36. So really just 2 times what would give us 36?
13.
18.
Oh, sorry.
So that means x equals the square root of 18. Which, did we simplify radicals? I can't remember if we did that in geometry or just in algebra. So this is the square root of 3 times 3, which is 9 times 2. So we can simplify this. And that's 3 times the square root of 2. So x equals 3 radical 2. Which x and y are both just x. So this one's 3 radical 2, and this one's, or y is also 3 radical 2. So that would be B. Don't worry about that one. I didn't. That was much harder. Okay, so I'm going to excuse you guys from the Unit 7 reviews. And then do you guys want to work on the Unit 8 review, Part 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can just write it down on paper, and then whenever the course designer puts it in, you can just go in and submit it online on Canvas, so you get the credit. Okay, so the Unit 8 review is on circles. So starting off with central angles and arcs. So remember, the measure of the arc is equal to the measure of its central angle. So if this angle is x, this arc is also x. And that's as long as the vertex of your angle is at the center of the circle. That's why it's a central angle. It's at the center. So for number 1, if this arc is 45 degrees, this angle is also 45 degrees. These are pretty quick and easy. So number 2, So Jade, if this arc's 55 degrees, what's this angle? Jade, are you there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So if this arc's 55, what's this angle?
Wait.
I think you're overthinking it.
Oh, 55.
Yep, they're just equal. Yep, so then that's also 55. Good. Jasmine, if this angle is 138 on number 3, what's this arc?
138.
Yep. And Jade, if this one's 83, what's this arc?
83.
Yep. So central angles are pretty easy. Okay, now we're doing inscribed angles. The next 4. So inscribed angles. So remember, the measure of an intercepted arc is 2 times the measure of its inscribed angle. So see, now our the center of our angle, or our angle, is no longer at the center of our circle. It's on the circle. So now if this angle is x, then the arc is double that. It's 2 times that angle measure. So like this one, if this angle was 42 degrees, to find the arc, we have to multiply that by 2. And we see that this arc then is 84. So number 5, we have our arc is 114, which means the angle is half of that. So we would do 114 divided by 2. Oh, that's not 77. Is that 57? I think that's 57. 50 and 50 is 100, and then 7 and 7 is 14. Yes. So that angle would be 57, because 57 times 2 is 114. Number 6, we have this angle is going to be half of this arc. So we need to do 116 divided by 2, which means that would be 58, which is D. Number 7, we have a 90-degree angle. So what's this arc going to be, Jasmine?
180.
Yep, we have to multiply by 2, which means that is 180, which is B. And then Jade, we have this angle, which is 77. What's this arc going to be? I'm not sure where Jade is. So we'd have to just do 77 times 2.
I got it. 154.
Okay, which is 154. All right, so that was the part 1. So that's everything for the week.